In 5, 4. Oh, yes, my friends, it begins. I've got some big news right now. A Chicago official confirming the plot for the mass vaccination of the public. Now, before I go further into this report, if this is your first time viewing and you want more reports like this to stay on top of the pandemic news, please tap the red subscribe button down below and be sure to hit that notification bell. Now, an individual at the Chicago Public Health Department, her name is Dr. Allison Arwady. Now, she has been in charge since January, and she's sincerely walked into the biggest health story of our lives. And now she's on the front lines of Chicago's response to COVID-19, and she's been part of the news briefings with the mayor, Lori Lightfoot, for the Chicago response. And during a press conference, the doctor confirmed that Chicago is already planning for a mass vaccination campaign, stating, quote, "We have already bought the syringes." Take a look.
And then finally, we'll be moving towards this mass vaccination campaign and continuing to follow. And I want you to know that CDPH is already deep in the planning stages around vaccination. We've already bought the syringes. We already know where it's going to happen. We're thinking about what that's going to be. It's all part of this plan.
All part of the plan, folks. Let's play that one more time.
And then finally, we'll be moving towards this mass vaccination campaign and continuing to follow. And I want you to know that
CDPH, Chicago Department of Public Health,
already deep in the planning stages around vaccination. We've already bought the syringes. We already know where it's going to happen. We're thinking about what that's going to be. It's all part of this plan.
So the plan is in place. They have the locations where all the vaccination centers will be, and they've already bought the syringes. Now, they state here that this is from a Twitter account, Roosh. Chicago is deep in the planning stages of mass vaccinations. It's safe to assume that many other cities are planning the same. So it certainly is safe to assume. Now, I want to make a note here. She's very excited about this. She's very excited. And I'm going to present some information on the other side of this clip that's not so exciting for the powers that be.
And then finally, we'll be moving towards this mass vaccination campaign and continuing to follow. And I want you to know that CDPH is already deep in the planning stages around vaccination. We've already bought the syringes. We already know where it's going to happen. We're thinking about what that's going to be. It's all part of this plan.
She's literally bouncing up and down. She's excited. She's so happy to present this information. Mass vaccination. But does that come with the Bill Gates digital certificate as well? She didn't mention that, but I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. Will you need to have your digital papers to go into a grocery store, get on a plane, go to a public event? Well, we're going to find out, right? Dr. Shiva, I'm going to talk about Dr. Shiva now because he was a recent guest here on the Next News Network, and he broke down the vaccine agenda that is currently in the process of rolling out. Take a look at this next clip.
Last week, by the way, Denmark is considered by the UN, per their Sustainable Development Goals, as one of the, as a country that epitomizes, next to Sweden, the hallmark of those goals. And on Thursdays, Denmark said that they can forcibly go into people's homes and vaccinate people with police, which means military. So, look, when you're developing things these fast, you don't know the side effect of these things. And what we're saying is, we don't care about the side effects. We need to get this vaccine out. So it's creating some very important precedents that Americans need to be concerned about. First, what's going to happen next year, okay? Well, they're creating a condition basically saying, for medical fascism, saying, well, Gary, look what happened last year. You don't want to crash the economy, do you? We're going to have to vaccinate you. And forget the fact that we actually look at the immune system, that the immune system, the people who get harmed, it's not the virus that harms them. This is something, this fundamental, which I've been trying to harp on. Fauci, he's not talking about this. So we have an ignorant set of educated elites, and they're taking advantage of the American people because what they're saying is there's this boogeyman called the virus, okay? And you need the vaccine to help you stop that, okay? Boogeyman, savior. Boogeyman, savior. Savior's Bill Gates, right? Clinton Global Initiative, etc. Big Pharma.
The Gates Foundation, the World Health Organization, Big Pharma, they all stand to gain from this. Think about the billions, if not trillions of dollars that could come right into their bank accounts if they all have mandated vaccines. Who's going to pay for it all, right? Big money. Chicago is deep in the planning stages of mass vaccinations. It's safe to assume that many other cities are planning the same. And now we have it on the record. Chicago official confirming the plot. Comment below. We'll see you at the next report. For the Next News Network, I'm Gary Franchi.